YouTube, what's going on? Dave Cuz Hair here, and you see we got my man looking rough in the chair. You know what we gotta do for him. We gotta bring him back to life. So here we're gonna start with a ball fade, and on the top we'll just be trimming it, but that's later. So what I'm doing right now is taking my number 3 and I'm just debulking the whole side. I don't want to bring it too low. I want to just come right off the head, going straight up, no exaggerated C-scoop motion, just going straight up the head to debulk and prepare the side of his head for the fade that we're gonna do. So right here we're putting in the ball line with the Babyliss Gold FX trimmer, and you see my man is laughing in the chair. We're sitting there, I think we're talking about aliens in the shop right now. That's why he's laughing. But yeah, just the ball line and clear that out. Right here is the blade open panel, about 1 inch. And we're just gonna work from closed all the way to open, right up till the panel is blended out. See, now open a little bit and go up, open a little more and go up, open a little more. And by the time you're all the way open, you should be pretty much blended. And at that point, it's just detailing. And if you could put in a panel and then blend out that panel so that the panel looks nice, by the end of it, you will have a fade. Then you'll have to go back and detail and stuff like that. But this system is a way to create a fade. That way, every time you know you're gonna be good. That panel is done. I don't need to worry about it. You know what I mean? And after that, it's just detail. And that's when your barber's eye kicks in, and that's when your creativity kicks in. You know what I mean? That's what separates the rest of the cut from everybody else. You know what I mean? So we did our 1 open panel. We closed it up, then used the 16th guard about halfway open, and we faded that out. Then now we're working down from the 2 guard all the way back to the 1 open that we just used going up. So I'm basically working halfway up the head, and then I start from the top and work down. You know, because the guard that I debulked with was a number 3. So I come with a 2, then a 1.5, then a 1. You know, it's the same system. You just go different directions, and by the time you go up and then come down, after that you should just have to detail. And my man has super thick hair, super coarse hair. Yes, this is coarse hair. If you didn't know, you could tell it's coarse hair because you could see how thick the strands are. Coarse is not about, oh, do they got like curly, like, you know, afro type hair or whatever like that. Coarse is about the diameter of the hair strand. How wide is the actual hair strand? How thick is it? So my man has super coarse hair right now. So we're doing the ball line on the other side, and we're gonna start the fade and do the exact same process as we did on the first side. Blade open panel, blend it out. 1 open panel, blend it out. Work from the 2 back down to the 1 open until the fade is done, and then detail. Sorry, it's getting cold out here, man. Whew. And you see how even at the top, we almost kind of created like a little shelf when we debulk with the number 3, right around the parietal ridge right there. That's a good thing because you can see how the guidelines that I'm making are parallel to that, which means my fade is gonna be even. I'm not gonna have a super like lopsided fade, you know, really dark in the back but light in the front. You want to keep those lines parallel. Just like you want your sections to be neat on top, you want your panels to be neat on the side and parallel and even, and you know, all that stuff. So right here, I'm trying to blend out that 1 open panel. I got the 16th guard. It's probably about halfway open. Maybe close it up because this hair is super thick. super thick. See, and just trying to blend that panel out. And if I keep blending panels out, by the end of it, I'll have a fade. So yeah, congrats to my man here. He just had a baby. We was talking about that in the beginning, so congratulations to him. See, we're just working down with that number 2 because we started with the 3 to debulk. So now we're at the number 2 and we just work all the way down. Technically, this is the number 2 panel, you know? Blade open panel, number 1 panel, number 2 panel. But you see how the ridge, the parietal ridge, see how it drops in the back? It's kind of like curved. We dropped it like that because I want to protect his crown. I don't want the hair like in the back of his head. I don't want us to start spiking up, you know? So I want to protect the crown, and that's why I dropped it in the back, just to keep that weight there. I hate it when barbers just shave up the side of the head. Like, oh my God, it looks crazy. Oh. So right here, I'm just trying to work this fade as best I can. As you guys know, like, I feel like everybody has that one side that gives them a little bit more trouble, and this was definitely it. So I had to put a little extra work in on this side. See, I'm I'm over there scrubbing, boy, trying to get that dark spot in the back, man. And here we go. Now we're gonna do the back and connect the two together. We did both sides. Now it's time to do the back. And I like doing this way. Like sometimes I'll fade like all the way around, but lately I just been doing one side, the other side, and then the back, because I feel like it just allows me to focus on what is in front of me. I don't got to worry about spinning my client and taking them on the merry-go-round. You know what I mean? And you can see we use the same steps. The same steps as we did on the left side, we did that on the right side, and now we're doing that in the back. The back, you're gonna have to try to spread it out a little more, because it's definitely, most people's hair is thicker right there around the occipital bone. So you're gonna have to spread that out and really lighten that up so it matches the fade on the left side and the fade on the right side. But if you follow this system, and do it over and over, if you follow this system, it's not going to look great the first time, because it'll be your first time doing it. You know what I mean? If you're learning how to cut hair and stuff like that. But if you practice it over and over and over, when you're learning how to cut, if you practice a system, you can get good at that system and you can perfect that system. I do the same thing every time, fade the same way every time. It doesn't matter what texture of hair. You guys have seen, I've had, white people in a chair, black people in a chair, Spanish people in a chair. Like, I give the same system every time when I fade. And it helps me come out with a more consistent result. Because if I fade differently every time, how can I get good at one thing? You know what I mean? How can I get good at one thing if I do it differently every time? So right here, we're working our way down. And this is what I was talking about that exaggerated C-scoop motion. Like, I know a lot of people cut like that. I think that's unnecessary. You can just go right up his head and work that clipper right up his head to lighten up what you need. Right here we got the 16th guard. Just trying to bring everything together. I might even switch to the blade open after this, because yeah, like I said, it gets dark in the back, so you want to match it, you know, as best as you can. You want to match it. And right here we're using our scissor over comb to kind of clean up that ridge. A lot of people would go for their thinnest shears first, and I understand the reason why. My thing is, I feel like when I put the number 3 in and then blend out with the number 2, like it creates like a lip, which means that the hair is hanging over. So I need to cut the hair that's hanging over. I don't need to use the thinning shear, because the thinning shear is gonna leave some of that hair still long. I need to cut it short so it's all even, and then whatever is choppy, I'll blend it out with the thinning shear to make it less thick. You know what I'm saying? So right here we're using our regular shears to clean up the ridge, and then I'm gonna come back with my thinning shear to soften it up. But I want all the hair to be even going up the head, not like hanging over. Then I'll thin it out. See, now we're coming with the thinnest shears, and we're gonna soften up that ridge. Now that we've made all the, see how that, I feel like that looks like so much cleaner than just attacking it with the thinnest shears right away. Yeah, we're just working our way around the head. And right here's the lineup. I'm just trying to keep his C cup as natural as possible, but as sharp as possible at the same time. And you know, I guess that's like a really thin line, you know what I mean, between being as sharp as possible and as natural as possible. But yeah, what I do is I just start at like the bottom, or maybe I'll start at like the curve right there, and I'll just work my way around, like, you know, literally just try to make a circle almost, or a half circle, quarter circle, whatever it is. Yeah. Try not to push his line back too crazy. And like always, we try to start in the middle of the head, as close as you can to the middle of the head, but also at the highest point. So I started right here at the highest point in his hairline, because I want to get him sharp, and all that extra stuff is going to come off. If you call that a pushback, you're bugging. You're wilding, cuz. I wouldn't, I mean, I don't know, it's your opinion if you want to say that, but I wouldn't call it. I think that hairline fits him nicely. Yes. Yeah, gotta make sure you brush that hair into place so that way when you tap it, the line is straight. Right here, we're using a 245 triple cartridge razor to clean my man up and get all them like little dark stubbly hairs around the hairline. And I'll be honest with you, man, I don't use like shave gel and stuff most of the time. Maybe around like the mustache or something like that. But a lot of times I'll drive shave jokers all over their face. You know what I mean? Their cheeks, like I dry shave. And I haven't really had no complaints. So maybe somebody If yo, my clients, if you watching this, if the dry shave is uncomfortable, let me know. I'll start using shave gel. But I like the way it looks. It's a crisper look. And right here we're just taking not, I guess, sections, but like I'm just kind of picking it up and grabbing it all the way to the back of the head and making sure that the hair is even. He said he only wanted like a little bit off, so I'm taking like a smidge, man. I'm not taking a lot at all. And right here we're just taking the razor because his hair is so thick, right? So I want to add texture to his hair. So this razor is awesome, man. Like sometimes people use the feather razor, and I do that too, but the actual razor gives so much like texture to the hair because you're cutting off layers, you know what I mean? It's nice. So here's the before. My client was looking rough, but we got him back in the game, man. Check out the after. Whoo! Yeah, super thick hair, but we got him together. Nice clean fade on the side, man. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe, and click the bell so you can get notified when I drop new content on the channel. Thanks for watching, y'all. Peace.